Welcome to another episode of Cooking with Fire with the Fayetteville Fire Department. My name is James Everett, Fire and Life Safety Educator here at the City of Fayetteville Fire Department. And I have firefighter Justin Burney with me today, and he'll be preparing a small meal for you today.
What we're going to be cooking today is Philly cheesesteak sliders. In front of you are the ingredients. We have sweet rolls, 12 slices of provolone cheese. We have 3 tablespoons of melted butter, 1 green pepper, 1 onion, about 3 tablespoons of mayonnaise, and a pound of steak.
All right, so we have our oven preheated, just to have it
preheated,
ready for us today, Justin. So lead us through what you would normally do when preparing this here at Station 15.
Okay, first things first, we're going to have to go ahead and get our pan heated up so we can cook the onions and peppers real quick. So we're going to cut it on. I'm going to cut it on about medium high, and I'm going to pour a little bit of olive oil inside the pan.
Sure. So what would you do if something was to happen here? What if this oil was to ignite, or say you were frying something? What would you do?
Well, the best thing to do is to grab a lid and to go ahead and place it over the fire. Usually it will smother itself out. And if not, call 911. Go ahead and get out of the house.
Definitely want to get it contained, but if not possible, you're right, call 911.
Yes.
So what are we going to start with here today, Justin?
Well, we're going to start off with the 1 pepper and 1 onion, and we're going to go ahead and throw them into our pan.
Okay.
Go ahead and get them cooking down a little bit. It's going to take a little while to heat up because it's a cast iron pan. Oh, to let you guys know, we preheated the oven to 375. So once this gets going, we'll cook it down, let the onions get a little bit of golden color.
So this recipe, where'd you get it from?
I was looking to find something quick, fast, and hurry. And at home, I just had a few ingredients laying around. And I was like, I want to make a Philly cheesesteak. So, out of necessity, Hawaiian rolls, peppers, onions, and steak. And there we go.
Now, does it have to be a specific type of steak?
We usually use the steakum that you can buy.
Sure.
But we got today, I believe we got a chuck steak. We sliced it very thin. I've done about maybe an inch slice throughout the whole steak. And as you can see, it's already sliced real thin from the butcher's.
Sure.
But other than that, any kind of steak, just got to take the time to cut it.
Now, can you use whatever kind of cheese you want to, or do you have to use?
What I had was provolone, but of course, if you go somewhere to get a Philly cheesesteak, they'll have American cheese or the melted Velveeta.
Sure.
So it's whatever you prefer.
All right. All right. And what do you have melted here?
That is butter.
Okay.
What we're going to do with the butter is actually, before we put the rolls into the oven to bake, we're going to cover it with a nice little layer of butter, give a little bit of crispness to it.
Sure. Okay. That sounds good. So let's go back to our stove here. So we don't really want to leave stoves unattended. So,
no.
So we're going to stay right here in the kitchen with it. A lot of fires occur, just by doing that alone, right?
Yes.
Leaving it unattended. So we want to avoid that.
Majority of home fires are caused by carelessness, and one of them is walking away from something cooking or falling asleep or things like that.
Now, the meat, have you seasoned anything prior to doing this, or do you season the meat to taste with pepper and salt, or what do you do?
We're going to end up seasoning the meat with salt and pepper, but usually it's seasoned to taste.
Okay.
Some people like lots of salt. Myself, I don't really care to add salt to it. Sure. Other people add garlic. Again, it's whatever you're familiar with.
All right.
It's just, this is a basic, simple, and easy, quick, fast recipe, and it's meant to feed quite a few people.
Now, have you ever prepared it here at Station 15?
Oh yeah. Done about 2 weeks ago at the station, and they seem to enjoy it.
Well, good.
There won't none left.
Well, hey, when there's nothing left, which is normal at the firehouse, it's a good indication that dinner was good.
Yes.
While those are starting to heat up, do you want to go ahead and bring that pan over, and we'll go ahead and get the bread situated?
Okay. It's not a problem. What we have here is a normal baking pan. You're supposed to use parchment paper, but unfortunately we don't have parchment paper, so we substitute for aluminum foil greased down real well. This will work according to Google.
But it really doesn't matter, honestly, as long as it doesn't stick or anything.
That's basically what it's there for, is to keep it from sticking.
So these rolls, I see that they're all together.
Yes.
So do we take them individually and cut them, or how did you cut them today?
Okay, what we did is we started from the side and we sliced them in half. and it's going to come off just like a cake.
So like a big piece of bread.
Yes.
Okay.
And we're just going to place this over to the side.
All right.
And what we're doing now is we're going to take the mayonnaise, and we're actually going to end up putting it on our bottom layer.
So mayonnaise goes first.
Yes.
Okay. And then how much mayonnaise do you have?
I say about 3 tablespoons.
Okay.
If you want to put that, I'm going to check on the
Sure.
stuff back here in a bit.
Now, is this to taste, or does this really make it, or it doesn't really matter?
It's whatever you prefer.
Okay.
You can either add a lot of mayonnaise to it, or you can just add a little bit to it.
So I take it you're a mayonnaise person.
I just got enough there to make sure.
I understand. So how long have you been at the city?
I just got hired on with the new recruit class that came in January, so I've been here a total of 9 months and 28 days.
Well, that's pretty good. So are you enjoying it so far?
This is probably the best job I've ever had in my whole life.
Well, that's good to hear. That's definitely good to hear. Since we have a little extra mayonnaise, do you care if I put it on top and
You
bottom?
can go ahead.
Sure.
Once you get the mayonnaise spread onto the bread, then you can come along and take your 12 slices of provolone, and you're going to end up putting a layer of 6 on the bottom,
Okay.
just like so.
So they kind of overlap a little bit and
Yes.
things like that.
And some people add more if you want to, especially if you like them really cheesy.
All right.
Sounds like we got them going
Sure.
good now back here in the back.
Well, good. So how tender do you get the onions and peppers?
Usually right when they starting to soften up,
Okay.
because of course you're going to end up baking them for a little bit, and you're also going to have to cook the meat. So while you're throwing the meat in, it's also going to cook a little bit longer.
All right. Now, how long does it bake once we put it in?
It's going to be about 15 to 20 minutes.
Okay. So this is a relatively quick meal at the fire station.
Oh yes, it's one of those quick, fast, and when you're in a hurry kind of meal.
I understand. And we have those days.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
Now, do you put the meat in with the onions and peppers?
Yes.
Okay. So you don't have to cook them separately. They actually end up going together.
Yeah, in the long run, it's all going to end up going down in the same spot.
Okay. Sounds good.
What we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and take the meat, salt and pepper, and we're going to go ahead and throw it into the pan with our pepper and onions.
All right. And again, you said that we do it to taste, right?
Yes.
Okay. So with this steak, you said we could use any kind. Have you ever used any different type of seasonings for the steak?
I put Italian in there a few times.
Sure. Now, how did that turn out?
I'm going to go ahead. I'm a big fan of Philly cheesesteaks. I'm going to kill it.
I understand.
And there won't none surviving of that one either.
Sure. Well, I know a lot of times there's a lot of experimenting that goes on in the firehouse kitchen. So sometimes, we venture out a little bit and make it our own, because this is our second family.
Yes.
We're here a lot, so we want to make sure that whatever we cook is good, because next time we're on shift, if we have to cook again, we want them to have a little bit of faith in us.
And trust me, they'll let you know if you cook something they don't like.
You're exactly right. It's starting to look good. The steak's browning good, and the peppers and onions are starting to brown a little bit and caramelize.
I wish we had smell-o-vision right now.
Yeah, it would probably be a lot better, right?
Oh, yeah.
It's starting to look good. Now, just let me know whenever you're ready. I'll bring this to you, so we don't have to move to a hot pan.
Okay.
The less that we have to move a hot pan helps us prevent from getting burned.
And especially if you do decide to move it, make sure you wear oven mitts,
Oh,
because
definitely.
this right here is a cast iron pot, and this thing gets hot on the handles,
It does.
and it will burn you real well.
Right.
I'm going to add a little bit more pepper. I do like
Sure.
to spice things up a little bit.
Sure. Now, have you ever used any other vegetables, maybe jalapenos or, or anything?
I've added mushrooms to it one
Okay.
time, and it came out good. It
Good.
was one of those things. If you're not a fan of mushrooms, you definitely don't want to add any to it.
Sure.
All right, Jamie, I think we're about ready to throw these suckers
All right.
on the roll.
So since it's sitting hot, I don't need those mitts yet, right?
Not yet. All right, we're just going to take all this right here, and we're going to evenly spread it out across our rolls.
Okay. Do I need to get the cheese? Are we going to use that too?
Once we get done with this, we're going to put another layer of cheese on top.
Okay. And I assume the butter as well.
As soon as we get done, we're going to end up smearing some butter on top as well.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and grab this butter.
Looks like we might have some double deckers here.
Yeah. Well,
Extra meat.
these are our firemen.
Yeah. We got to keep our strength up.
There you go. It looks good. Really does.
All right, let's get this last scoop in.
So of course when we're done, we want to go ahead and turn that burner off, right?
Yes.
Because like we said, it takes a while sometimes for the cast iron to cool down.
There we go.
Good. All right, so what do we need now?
Now we're going to take the last 6 pieces of cheese and
right.
we're going to place them on the top of the meat in the same way that we placed it on the bottom. And it's going to give it that extra layer of cheesy goodness.
There you go.
And now once we're done with that, we're going to take our top, flop it on top,
So it's one big sandwich pretty much.
basically.
All
We're
right.
going to bring it back over here so the camera can see.
Wonderful.
And we're going to bring the butter over and we're going
There you
to
go.
ladle it on there.
I'll let you do that.
Last time I just took this sucker and just dumped the butter on top of it.
So if you didn't want to use butter, could you use olive oil or something like that?
You probably could. The butter basically is to help toast it.
Now, have you ever used anything besides butter? Okay. And have you ever used anything like sesame seeds or some kind of seeds on top of the bun?
Again, I haven't. Again, this was one of those things I just came up and decided to cook one day.
Quick recipe.
Quick recipe. It was
Okay.
easy to make. And I enjoy cheesesteak, so I mean.
Well, I'm gonna get the mitts. So
All right.
when I open this
Once you-
oven up,
Once you get it evenly coated, I think we got a little bit of extra butter too. Leave it to us to take more.
there you go.
And go ahead.
Looks good. If you open the stove for me, I'll slide it in there. And how long does it matter if it's on the top or the bottom?
It
rack?
doesn't matter.
And how long does it stay in for?
20 minutes. 20 to 15 minutes. Until it's good and brown.
All right.
Cooking brings family and friends together, provides an outlet for creativity, and can even be relaxing. But did you know that cooking fires are the #1 cause of home fires and home injuries? By following a few simple safety tips, you can prevent these fires. Never leave the kitchen when you are frying, grilling, or broiling food. If you do have to leave, even for a short time, turn off the stove. Keep anything that can catch fire, oven mitts, wooden utensils, food packaging, towels, or curtains away from your stovetop. And if you do have a cooking fire, just get out. You can call 911 after you leave the house. You can find out more about cooking safety and other safety tip sheets on the NFPA website. Just go to nfpa.org/safety tips.
And we're back. We're cooking with fire. Our sliders have been cooking for about 20 minutes now, so you good to take them out now, Justin?
I would definitely say so. Oh yeah, they're looking good.
All right. So what do we have here on the table?
We've got some more, I think they're burner oven mitts kind of style.
Okay.
And it's going to keep it from burning our countertops.
They look really good, man.
And this is our finished product, Philly cheesesteak sliders.
Go ahead. And get the stove
Get
on.
you a knife. And what we're going to do is just cut them in little sections.
All right. So they look great. We got a plate here. Once you get them cut up, let's put one of them on a plate and see how they look.
Of course, there isn't really a certain way to cut them.
So again, like we've mentioned several times, you could even use chicken in place of
Yeah.
beef if you didn't want it. So there's a lot of ways that you can actually go in and change the actual components of this recipe to fit your needs or your actual taste.
Yeah, it's one of those things. Whatever you feel like cooking, you could probably add to this whole recipe and make it your own.
Sure. I think that's a great idea. You know, when things are real versatile, it makes it a lot easier in case you have missing an ingredient and have something else extra at the house.
Oh man, these things are super cheesy.
All right, you ready?
Almost.
This might be a two-person operation.
It seems that way. Let's try it now.
There you go.
There we go.
Looks great. So like I said, about 20 minutes, and it was a simple, quick meal.
Oh yeah.
And, nobody got burned, so that's a good
that's
thing
always
today.
a good thing.
Definitely is.
And it's just a little tiny, like I said, it's a little snack kind of deal.
Let us know how it is. It's kind of cheesy, isn't it?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So again, this was Firefighter Bernie and Firefighter Everett here with Fayetteville City Fire Department, and this was Cooking with Fire.